What's up, motherfucker?
Hold up, I hope y'all watching this shit.
First round, real quick.
in those training rooms with him know how good he
Because
is.
he just knocks dudes out real quick in the first round.
Yeah.
But now we're gonna get a good. I might fuck with this guy. He just, to me,
They're
I thought he was a con artist,
no, they're-
just based off his look.
They're an edge.
Holy shit! What the hell just happened?
What's up, motherfuckers? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show. Monday, March 14th, 2022. Got a big show today. We'll break down the slate of NBA games. Break down today's slate of NBA games. We'll talk about March Madness, the brackets out. We'll talk about the play-in games that start tomorrow night for that. That's really about all these sports, but there's a lot to break down in both of those. Don't forget, we're live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. or 1 p.m. Eastern with Easy Money, a sports betting show. Come join us, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We're also live at 7 p.m. Eastern, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with GSR Gonzo Sports Room, our sports talk show. That's also on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at Gonzo Sports Room. We also have a new pro wrestling podcast out, GWR Gonzo's Wrestling Room. You can find it on Apple Podcast, Anchor Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast, most places you listen to podcasts, you can find it. Also, you can find the video version of it on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room if you'd like to listen to the video version. Or watch the video version, I should say. We got a lot to talk about today, so we won't take a whole lot of time in that. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. Check out our YouTube page. Please hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Please share. If you're watching on Facebook, please hit the follow and the like buttons. We greatly appreciate it. Check out our merch store, streamlabs.com/Gonzalez-sports/merch. Got t-shirts, hats, hoodies, a lot of different things available on there. So go get you some GSR Easy Money or GWR gear today. All right. Let's jump right into the NBA. Also, don't forget, we will be live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern with the special GWR and DCCW Coondog Corner. We'll have details about the upcoming show, the Bearcat Rumble on April 16th in Muncie, Indiana. We'll have some more information about that. So come join us tonight for Coondog Corner on the GW or on Gonzo Sports Room on Facebook and YouTube, or Delaware County Championship Wrestling on Facebook. You can watch it on any of them three tonight at 7 p.m. Come join us for that. All right, let's jump into the NBA. One second here. Just 1 second. All right. First game we have is going to be the Clippers at the Cavs. All right, here we go. Sorry about that. Too many things going on at one time here. One of the kids messaged me, so I had to make sure everything was good there. But all right, now we're all good. Let's jump right into the show. First game is the Los Angeles Clippers at the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs are 7.5-point favorites in this game. They are minus 300 on the money line. The Clippers are plus 245 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 212.5. The Clippers are 36-34 on the season. They beat Detroit 106-102 last night. They're 7-3 7-3 their last 10 straight up. 9-4 ATS their last 13 games. They lost to Cleveland last time they played them, 92-79. They're 7-1 straight up their last 8 games versus the Cavs. The Cavs are 38-29 on the season. They're 3-7 straight up their last 10. They've lost 2 in a row, and Jarrett Allen is out tonight. I like the Clippers here at the plus 7.5. I just think 7.5 is too many points. I think this will be a lot closer game. All right, next game is the Denver Nuggets at the Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers are 2.5-point favorites at home. They're minus 142 on the money line. The Nuggets are plus 120 on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 233.5. The Nuggets are 40-28 on the season. They've lost 2 in a row. They do have Barton back in the lineup, so that helps them. They're starting to get a little bit healthier. I did hear that Porter Jr. had been practicing, and they keep talking like Murray's going to come back this season. So the Nuggets could be a dangerous team in the playoffs if they get healthy. They are 2-5 ATS their last 7. They average scoring 111 points per game, and they're coming off a loss to the Raptors. The 76ers are 40-28. This is a second game of a back-to-back for the Sixers. The Sixers have been playing better since they got Harden. They average 108 points per game. I like the Sixers here at the minus 2.5. All right, next game we have the Portland Trailblazers at the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks are 13.5-point favorites at home. They're minus 950 on the money line. Portland is plus 640 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 229.5. Portland is 26-40 on the season. They're coming off a win over the Wizards. They're 0-6 ATS their last 6 games. Atlanta is coming off a win over the Clippers. They're 1-5 ATS their last 6 games. Atlanta has 8 players that average double figures, so they have good depth. They're just a team that basically has no defense, and if their shooting's off, they're in trouble, but they can score. They average 113 points per game. I like Atlanta to win this game, but 13.5 points is just way too many points to give up, even though Portland is a struggling team. So this is a game I'm probably going to stay away from on that. But I would lean toward the over the 229.5 in this game. Other than picking a side, I would go with the over the 229.5. All right, next game we have is the Charlotte Hornets at the OKC Thunder. The Hornets are 11-point favorites on the road. They're a minus 560 on the money line. The Thunder are plus 420 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 230.5. The Hornets are 33-35 on the season. They beat the Thunder 121-98 back in January. The Hornets are 11-4 ATS their last 15 games. The Thunder are 20-47 on the season. They have lost 5 in a row. This is a second game of a back-to-back for the Thunder. They are 2-4 ATS their last 6 games. They are 4 of their last 5 losses have been by double digits. So they haven't even been competitive in 4 of their last 5 games. They can struggle offensively. The Hornets put up a lot of points. They're not the greatest defensive team, but I like the Hornets here at the minus 11. All right, next game we have is the Minnesota Timberwolves at the San Antonio Spurs. The Timberwolves are 3.5-point favorites at home. They're minus 166 on the money line. The Spurs are plus 140 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 240.5. The T-Wolves are 39-30 on the season. They're coming off a win over the Miami Heat. They average 115 points per game. The Timberwolves are a team that a lot of people are sleeping on. Yes, they're not flashy, but they're consistent. Karl Anthony Towns is capable to go off any night. They can be a tough team in the playoffs to put out. The Spurs are 26-42 on the season. They're coming off a loss to the Pacers. They have 6 players that average double digits, and they average 113 points per game. I like the under the 240.5 in this game. And I also like the Timberwolves at the minus 3.5. Actually, I won't even mess with the giving up the 3.5. I'm going T-Wolves money line. And then I also like the under the 240.5. All right, next game we have is the Washington Wizards at the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors are 11.5 point favorites at home. They're minus 900 on the money line. The Wizards are plus 610 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 225.5. The Wizards are 29-37 on the season. They are on a 3-game losing streak. They're coming off a loss to Portland. They're 7-18-1 ATS their last 26 road games. The Warriors are 46-32 on the season, 28-7 at home. They're coming off a win over the Milwaukee Bucks, but they are 0-4 ATS their last 4. I like the Warriors to win this game. 11.5 points is just too many points. But the Warriors are getting Draymond Green back tonight, so I look for them to be fired up and ready to go. I'm going with the over the 225.5 in this game. All right, next game. The Milwaukee Bucks at the Utah Jazz. The Jazz are 1-point favorites at home. They are minus 118 on the money line. The Milwaukee Bucks are minus 102 on the money line. This game is almost a pick 'em. The over-under for this game is set at 233. The Bucks are 42-26 on the season. They've won 7 of their last 10. They're 4-1 ATS their last 5. They're coming off a loss to the Warriors, and they are 4-17 ATS their last 21 games in Utah. The Jazz are 42-25 on the season, 24-10 at home, 1-5 ATS their last 5. They're coming off a win over the Kings. This is going to be a real close game. I do like the over the 233 in this game. And I like the Jazz money line at home. This is the second game of, isn't it? No. Milwaukee's coming off a loss to the Warriors, but I like the Jazz here on the money line. And then I also like the over 233. All right, and the next game is the Chicago Bulls at the Sacramento Kings. The Bulls are 3.5-point favorites on the road. They're minus 166 on the money line. Sacramento is plus 140 on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 235.5. The Bulls are 41-26 on the season. They are 16-16 on the road. Bulls are 0-4 ATS their last 4 road games. coming off a win over the Cavs. Zach LaVine is questionable for tonight. The Kings are 24-45 on the season. They're on a 4-game losing streak. They are 6-2 ATS their last 8 games as home underdogs. The over has hit. The over is 5-1 in the last 6 meetings between these two teams. I like the Bulls on the money line in this game, and I would lean toward the under the 236. Or actually, it's under 235.5 now. Next game is the Toronto Raptors at the Los Angeles Lakers. The Raptors are 4.5-point favorites on the road. Excuse me. And they're minus 220 on the money line. The Lakers are plus 184 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 225. The Raptors are 37-30 on the season. They have won 3 in a row. They're 14-10-1 ATS versus Western Conference. They are 20-15 on the road, and they are 21-13-1 ATS on the road. The Lakers are 29-38 on the season. They've lost 10 of their last 13 games. They are 4-9 ATS their last 13 games, and they are 2-6 straight up in back-to-back games. I like the Raptors here at the minus 4.5. All right, that is all the NBA games for tonight. Let's take a look over at some of the NCAA basketball games we have. In the first 4 games, you have 2 games tonight and 2 games on Wednesday, and then the actual NCAA tournament March Madness starts Thursday. Well, they count these as the March Madness games, but these are. But anyway, first game is Tuesday night. You have A&M Corpus Christi against Texas Southern. Texas Southern is a 3.5-point favorite at home. They're minus 178 on the money line. A&M Corpus Christi is plus 146 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 135.5. This is the first tournament appearance in 15 years for A&M Corpus Christi. They average 77 points a game, and they are 4-10 ATS their last, or 4-0 ATS their last 4. Texas Southern is strong defensively. They're 18-12 on the season. I like Texas Southern in this game at the I would go at the minus 178 money line. I think Texas Southern is going to win this game and move on to the round of 64. And then the second game tomorrow night at 9:10 p.m. Eastern, you have the Indiana Hoosiers against Wyoming. Indiana is a 4-point favorite in this game. They're minus 178 on the money line. Wyoming is plus 146 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 133. Indiana plays good defense. They're 20-13 on the season. They allow 66 points per game. They're coming off a loss to Iowa where dude from Iowa banked a 30-footer as the buzzer went off to beat IU. Then Iowa went on to win the Big Ten tournament, which again, that was a great game. Iowa and Purdue yesterday. I was actually at that game. It was a fun game to watch. Purdue just turned the ball over way too much. They had like 9 turnovers in the first half, and Iowa had 1. And I think by the end of the game, Purdue had like 18 turnovers to Iowa's 6. So if you looked at all the stats, Purdue was ahead in all the stats other than turnovers, I mean, that just turnovers is what killed Purdue. Like I said, they were shooting a better shooting percentage, out rebounded Iowa. They just too many turnovers, and Iowa took advantage of those turnovers. I'll tell you what, that Keegan Murray for Iowa, that dude is a bad dude. Man, he's tough. He's almost impossible to guard. He's going. I see a big future for him in the NBA. I think he could be a star because dude can shoot the three. He can drive to the glass. He can pull up and shoot mid range. He just and he's a good passer. So, but yeah, I was going hot right now. But anyway, IU and Wyoming. I like IU in this game. Not going to lie, I'm a big IU fan. I was hoping I was going to get to see IU versus Purdue in the Big Ten championship game yesterday because that was my first Big Ten championship game ever going to live. It was a cool, awesome experience. I recommend going. That building was loud, man. The Purdue and Iowa fans definitely showed up yesterday. But in this Indiana-Wyoming game, I like Indiana at the minus 178 on the money line. And I would go with the under the 135 or 133 in this game. Excuse me, under 133. These are going to be two good games to kick off the NCAA tournament with tomorrow night, and then the next night you have Notre Dame and Rutgers at 9:00, and there's one other game. I'll have to look it up and see who it is real quick. For some reason, it's not telling me. NCAA bracket. Oh, Bryant and Wright State is the other game tomorrow night. Sorry about that delay. Bryant is you got Bryant and Wright State tomorrow night, and then you have Notre Dame and Rutgers. Yeah, Bryant and Wright State play at 6:40 p.m. Notre Dame and Rutgers at 9:10 p.m. Them games are Wednesday night, March 16th. Tomorrow on Tuesday, March 15th at 6:40 p.m. is Texas A&M Corpus Christi versus Texas Southern, and then Indiana versus Wyoming. Like I said, we got some good games, and this tournament's going to be fun. I mean, if you look at some of the, give me just 1 second here. Let me find it where I wrote it down at here. Mondays. Yeah, right here. I had it. But no, you have to. Let's talk about the tournament real quick before I give my picks today. Your number one seeds are Gonzaga, Arizona, Kansas, and Baylor. I think the toughest region is the Midwest. You have the number one Kansas, number one seed, but you have Iowa and Auburn all in that same region. I think that's the toughest route for any of the number one seeds. I think Kansas has the toughest route out of all the number one seed. Arizona has the easiest path as a number one seed. A matchup, one of the first round matchups, I think is going to be a fun game to watch. It's going to be North Carolina and Marquette. It's an 8-9 matchup. And both teams have experienced guards. And guard play is what's huge in the NCAA tournament and in college basketball. If you have good guard play, you'll have a good chance. I'm surprised Texas A&M didn't get in, or they were on a 7-game win streak before they lost to Tennessee in the SEC tournament championship. They were a team that got snubbed. I thought should have been in it. I was surprised Michigan made it. I was also surprised that IU was a play-in team and Michigan wasn't, especially since IU had just beat Michigan. But you never, with this NCAA selection committee, you never know what's going to happen. But that's some early things I say look out for. I think the toughest. Kansas has the toughest draw as number 1 seed. I think the toughest region is the Midwest. I think Arizona got the easiest draw as a number 1 seed. I think it's going to be a great tournament, though. There's no like clear-cut favorite. You have it's wide open. There's 7 or 8 teams you can make a case for that could win this. So it's going to be a fun tournament to watch. We will be covering the tournament. I'll put out information about that here this evening. So be on the lookout on our social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at Gonzo Sports Room for information on that. But I will get the information out to you guys soon. It'll be this evening once I get a hold of the other guys and see what their availability is. But all right, let's get to my picks of the day for today. I like the Clippers plus 7.5. I like the 76ers minus 2.5. I like the Timberwolves and Spurs under 240.5. And I like the Timberwolves money line in that game. I also like the Utah Jazz money line, the Chicago Bulls money line, and the Toronto Raptors minus 4.5. So for tonight's games, I like the Raptors minus 4.5, Chicago Bulls money line, the Utah Jazz money line, the Minnesota Timberwolves money line, the Philadelphia 76ers minus 2.5, and the Los Angeles Clippers plus 7.5. That's my picks for today's games. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Don't forget, we're live at 7 p.m. Eastern tonight with our GWR and DCCW combined Coondog Corner with information on the next DCCW show, April 16th, the Bearcat Rumble. We'll have more news and information about that tonight, so come join us for that, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here at Gonzo Sports Room on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And it'll also be on Delaware County Championship Wrestling Facebook as well. Thank you for joining us. This has been Easy Money, a sports betting show. We're live Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern with Easy Money, a sports betting show on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We're also live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern with GSR Gonzo Sports Room, our sports talk show. Come join us for that. We have a lot to talk about tonight. GSR will be at 10 p.m. Eastern tonight since we have the 7 p.m. Show with DCCW. So come join us tonight at 10. We'll talk March Madness. We're going to talk Mitchell Trubisky just signed with the Steelers, NFL free agency. There's going to be a lot to break down. So come join us tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern for that as well. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button. We greatly appreciate it. We will see you guys tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, with more Easy Money, a sports betting show. Have a great day. Peace.